In this video, we will be learning threat reports. So what exactly threat reports are? Threat reports are collected after intense research by threat researcher and response team. They provide an overview of analysis of threat activity reported all around the world. A number of reports have been released by public and private sector organizations that attribute cyber attacks. They include FireEye Mandate Report, US CERT Report, and Symantec Threat Report. So let's check different threat reports shared by different companies. A FireEye Threat Report also shared link of this report where you can find it. SonicWall, a Checkpoint Threat Report, CrowdStrike, Quickhill, Proofpoint, Sophos Report. So let's check how this threat report looked like and what things have been included in this threat report. So for example, I had downloaded FireEye Mandate Report for M-Trend 2020. Being a security researcher and threat hunter, keep a habit of learning different threat reports regularly. This not only increase your knowledge but also give you a wide scope of understanding of different cyber attack in different geographical locations. So here's table of contents where you'll find a dwell time, industry targeted, threat group malware, threat techniques, and start reading about the threat report. We will have a good progress of understanding of this report. Where this is a summary where you will find in this report. For example, this report has like APT41 that China state sponsors spionage, and their motive was financial motive. And which are the industry they are primarily targeted? The video game industry. And later they have also mentioned the targeted person credit card information as well, and the ransomware were a secondary source of income to them. And stealing gift cards and reselling that whole again in the market. As we go below this report, like data for FireEye Mandate investigation, where they mention a source where decrease the proportion and compromise detection internally. We will find an internal and external source of attack which happen. Like if you check if you check detection by source, where at initial in 2011 the external attack were more as compared to internal attack, whereas in 2019 its ratio is quite similar, where you can see approx 53 and 47% of internal and external attack. And here they also mention the region which impacted more. And here also they mention the region which impacted more from 2018 to 2019. Dwell time of any malware. Basically, they have mentioned a meaning of dwell time here. Dwell time is calculated as the number of days an attacker is present in a victim network. The median represents the value of midpoint of the data sorted by magnitude. Though they also mention a dwell time as per region. This detail has been shown by American median dwell time, where the dwell time of average 14 days or fewer. As we go further, there is also statistics of APAC region, where during 2019 the decrease of 54 days from 204 days in the prior year. 10% of breaches investigated during 2019 show the dwell time more than 3 years. The longest dwell time reported in APAC being 2854 days in nearly 8 years. As we go further, they also mention EMEA medium dwell time, where they will have more emphasis in GDPR and increase the force on security. So as we go further, they also mention the industry they have been targeted. If we check from 2015 to 2019, at first rank, entertainment and media in 2019. In 2018, it was a fifth rank. Then in 2017, it was in fourth. In 2016, it was in third, and 2015, it was in first. So every industry has been impacted by the cyber attack. Targeted attack and retargeting, where most of the companies, industries has been targeted repeatedly. So here they have mentioned a more statistics on it, where 7% originated within or use compromised third party access. 15% has multiple attacks. Less than 1% involved insider attack. 22% has data theft. 29 were likely for direct financial gain. 3% of these are targeted attack. 4% likely served no purpose except to creating compromised architecture. 11% of all the mandate engagement is a period where response and assessment for a cloud infrastructure. In re-attack section, in 2019, 31% of mandate managed defense customer. Re-attack rates in 2019, 31% of FireEye mandate managed defense customer who previously underwent for mandate incident response engagement. Re-attacked, they consider a time of 12 months. Similarly, in 2018, FireEye identified that the same percentage of mandate defense customer, 31% were attacked the following in 12 months. Threat group. So in this report, they have mentioned they find 6 of 10 named financial threat group and 17 named APT group, where the 6 different countries were actively involved. They also present a pictorial representation of those statistics, where the country involved are China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Vietnam, and Pakistan. Over 500 new malware family has been detected for a multiple platform, that is Windows, Mac, and Linux. 1.1 million malware sample analyzed per day by Mandiant team, where they represent a statistic in pictorial form. Threat technique. So to identify the threat technique, they have engaged with MITRE ATT&CK framework. Where they mention how malware is targeting the industry by the initial reconnaissance, which all our technique has been using. These are all the tactic and technique that we have already seen on our MITRE framework lecture. In APT 41, where they have mostly focused on a financial motivation and they targeted a gaming industry. Use a compromised digital certificate and deployment of bootkit and rootkit. Where 2% has been identified by which were linked to APT 41, which are Zeng Zhuoxi and Wolf Zuxi. And they have been identified in a Chinese language forum. And this is attack life cycle by FireEye, which all are technique and tactic they use for attack. The pulse of security, which will find a malware family which have like 41% of malware family have been were never seen before. 30% of a malware identified belonged from one of five frequently seen family. 23% of malware observed in his reporting period. So which are categories they have found in this analysis? Based on their classification, it will be like 15% of dropper, 9% of credential stealer, 7% of ransomware, 7% of POS, 16% of others, and 46% of backdoor. The same as the file type, where 12% was script, 8% of web shell, 8% of .NET, 1% of ELF file, 1% of ELF and PE, and 70% of PE. As we go further in the report, where we find accessibility, it's publicly available by open source, and privately mean they are not easily found or a closed source. Where if you check a ratio of a malware sample, where like 20% will available in the open source and 77% which will not find publicly. Like obfuscation technique, the scripts are obfuscated or packed. Like 49% the script has been obfuscated and 15% it has been cleared. So whenever I do a malware analysis, so it become difficult for any analyst when the script is obfuscated to do the analysis of that particular malware sample. But new families, like 41%, the malware sample were new and were 59% which I have seen before. The top families, after analyzing thousands of malware variants across 146 malware families in 2019, we noted that over 70% of variants belonged with the judged by 5 malwares. And they have given a statistic ratio and they have given a statistic percentage of each malware sample they found. It can be 13% of Shortbridge, 13% by TrickBot, 11% by QuakeBot, 14% has been Emperor, 30% by Other, and 19% are Beacon. As we go further, you will learn more about the report and more about the APT41 group, which her fire researcher has been mentioned. So this report is really interesting, and you have to. And this report is really interesting. Each and everyone who want to learn a security hunting in more detailed way, try to read at least one report a day. It not only help you to understanding the technique and tactics or which are the new families, but it will also involve you to engaging what are the geographic location which being impacted and which are the malicious or which are the malware has been involved in the geographical location. That doesn't really matter that your report is it new or old, but try to understand what are the techniques and what are the APT groups have been involved in specific geographical location or in specific industry they are more interested in. This will help you to create a more defensive mechanism or defensive strategy for your organization. Like threat from within, where you will find what as the motto of any cyber attack. The trend can be extortion. The trend one can be extortion. Trend two like economic spawnage. Trend three asset destruction. And trend four is workplace stalking. Do go and read these use cases. Those are really interesting, and you will learn a lot more things when you read this report, which is already contributed by the security researcher of any organization. They have also mentioned a case study of gift card in Crosshair, where they have mentioned how the attack has been happened, what are the attack life cycle, and how it has been detected. Where this was the initial mail we got to the customer, and later how the things has been moved in more detailed way. They have also mentioned breach of cloud infrastructure in this report. They are targeted like they are targeting your GitHub repository where your all code has been entitled to sit. In second stage, they are doing a reconnaissance and establishing a foothold. In third stage, they are trying to maintain the persistence and trying to accomplish their goal. The common weaknesses and best practices. Multi-factor authentic not enforced on GitHub repository, user account, or for AWS IAM user. These are the pitfalls they have mentioned. What are the best practices for that? Long-lived AMI credentials, the best practice and pitfall of that. So this all thing you have to start understanding while reading this report. So make sure keep this as an assignment of every day. Try to read at least one report to groom your knowledge.